This is a video of our most recent gravel ride. I hope you enjoy it. Eleven of us met up in the Lochore Country Park near Kelty in Fife on a beautiful sunny Sunday morning. Stuart Delgarno had plotted a new route for us, which was virtually completely off-road. We had a nice mix of some regulars and a few newbies, and I was looking forward to cycling some new trails. We briefly skirted the loch before turning up and into the fields behind it. I thought that the Kingdom of Fife was famous for the numbers of castles it contains, but I now think it might be the number of gates. There were more than a few to be negotiated at the start of the ride. Shortly after leaving the park we crossed this bridge, which had a few missing slats, to be met by a small herd of rather young cows. I haven't spent a lot of time around livestock and find cows' behaviour to be rather unpredictable. Thankfully these ones only seem to be slightly curious. It's nice to see Johnson back out with us again and to hear that he appears to be getting over his injury issues from last year. Toomey was also back from Malaysia and working on getting his bike fitness back, although he did bring his charger to top up his e-bike just in case he needed it. We then cut through a section of Cowdenbeath golf course which had plenty of golfers out enjoying a round in the glorious sunshine. We had a good wee group, and whilst these rides are never about average speed, we were rolling along nicely through the countryside. A lot of this ride was through wooded sections which gave us a fair bit of protection from the sun, but also caused a few issues with the footage due to the sun flares, which I've tried to minimise. This would also be a good route for a windy day, as you'd be fairly sheltered. It was nice to welcome Stuart, Gary, Grant, Johnson and Toomey back to the group, and a pleasure to meet Jack, Chalky and Dave for their first group ride with us. Gonzo and Kat are also always welcome attendees. Stuart then gives a wee warning about a wooden runner which helps to hold the path in place on the upcoming section. He then quite hilariously demonstrated how effective this runner can be and fell off his bike. Unfortunately I wasn't quite close enough to catch footage of his demonstration. This is him getting up. If you're enjoying this video, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to the channel. According to the most recent figures, only 28% of viewers are subscribed. I'm getting close to 2,000 subscribers now, so a huge thanks to all of you who have helped. If you'd like to have a go at any of our routes, here are my Strava and commute account details. We then cut through the little Wraith wind farm, which is well named as it only has 9 turbines, and then past Lochore. At this point Gary had a tyre pressure issue and Jack, Stuart and I gave him a hand with it.
When's the last time you calibrated your wrist?
Last night.
Alright, okay.
We could hear the sound of the motorbikes long before we got to the Cardan Motocross track. Some of the guys there were really sending it, which was great to watch, but they must be mental. They surely must be a young man's game. I feel sore enough the day after a gravel ride. Stuart then told us that we were approaching a pretty short, sharp, steep climb. It was also quite rooted towards the top and it was a challenge to get up it. Thankfully I made it. Around the halfway mark we stopped and enjoyed a lunch of champions with fare from Greggs and Costa's. Caffeine and Bridie's. so no chance of a bonk. Fed and watered, we set off again and passed this really cute family who were cycling towards us. This wee girl brought a smile at their faces by stopping to give us all a high five. The route had a nice mix of surfaces and varied terrain, and whilst it was relatively flattish for a gravel ride, it was still rather challenging. This was a lovely wee flowy section on nice hard-packed gravel. When we dropped down the flyover we had another tyre pressure issue, so I put the drone up to catch Gonzo's skills climbing the stairs. Whilst trying to film him from under the flyover, I saw an Arctic coming in my peripheral vision and had to raise the drone pretty bloody quick to avoid the draft from it. I'm not going to lie, I shot it with a vision of another imminent Hong Kong drone repair, but I got away with it, although it did ruin my shot. With all the recent rain, there's been a growth spurt, and this track leading down to a wee bridge and river was the most overgrown section of the day.
You can always tell when there's a technical feature coming up, can't you?
With all the flowers in bloom, we were treated to some beautiful colours, and the weather was glorious all day. Gonzo made sure we all got across this busy road safely, surely making him one of the youngest, fittest and most tattooed lollipop men in the kingdom.
No. Well done, Gonzo. Lollipop man in about 30 years.
After the viaduct we hit another sharp steep climb, which again was pretty technical, and once again a challenge to make it to the top. Regular viewers will know the importance I place on remaining hydrated, and thankfully Stuart shares similar beliefs. The fact that this Hostel Reserve draft Hazy Jane was a welcome surprise. Fantastic watering hole choice, Stuart. Well done, sir. This was a lovely wee bit of the route where we were passing through the dappled sunlight from the trees and alongside a nice stream. We popped out at another golf course, and a certain trainee lollipop man couldn't help himself from noising up some of the golfers. I thought he knew them, but it turns out that he didn't. Everyone did really well on the day. Considering the terrain, I think we did well to get away with no mechanicals and only 2 tyre pressure issues and 3 falls.
Why the voluble monologue? Just 3 routes.
This was a steep dusty descent and Dave had a wee tumble. You can just see him in blue here behind Johnston getting offline a bit and eventually coming off his bike. Thankfully he got away with it and wasn't hurt. Johnston had a wee over the handlebars issue here where he was viciously assaulted by a hidden rock, but again thankfully he had a soft landing. Gonzo then explained to us how this wishing well had saved his life. He was out cycling one day, he had no money and he was bonking, so he borrowed some money from the wishing well to get some provisions and repaid it back later with interest. This warning sign left us a little puzzled. Is this neck of the woods a ranger's stronghold? We then cycled through a couple of water-filled open cast mines, scattering what looked like flocks of Canada geese. You can just see them above Dave's head here, and I was surprised by just how big they were. So we made our way back towards Lochore. We dropped down a fairly fast and hairy descent, and I almost ran out of road.
Easy.
This is some footage of our gravellers coming down the tail end of it. We're soon back on the shores of Lochore, which is very pretty. We had a great pedal, thanks to Stuart for plotting the route and also to everyone who turned up on the day.
Relatively shortish one. I didn't feel it.
That was a very, very long day. It's a long day, right?
It was a longish day. I don't think we were messing about too much.
It was a really hot day and Kat decided to go for a quick dip when we finished to cool down. And the ride by the numbers, we covered 42 miles with 2,500 feet of climbing. Thanks for watching.